This short scene shows the media coverage of the lobby I took to see Pension Minister James Purnell on behalf of the BUSM pensioners. Those are those in Leicestershire whose pension collapsed, and many of them would have lost everything that they had in the pension scheme. I've been working with them for the last 3 or 4 years in particular. The government announced in the March 2007 budget that all 125,000 pensioners who've been caught up in some of this scandal will be compensated by the government. They've also announced a review of the other sort of sources of funding that are available, or we hope are available, to make up the shortfall from the private sector and others. Ideas like the unclaimed bank assets or unclaimed assets in other pension schemes. That's now been set up and is on its way. It's looking at all forms of what can be done, and if anybody has any ideas, it's still open to suggestions and to representations. So I would urge people to do that. I continue to work on behalf of the BUSM pensioners. We've got a good deal so far. The fine detail needs to be sorted out, but thanks to the way that the campaign has been handled, despite the few who have really tried to over-egg this, then we've really managed to achieve quite a lot by working very closely together. And I've been really pleased to work with some of the people you see in this short video clip.
Now, a group of workers who lost their pensions when the company they worked for collapsed travelled to Westminster today to meet the Pension Reform Minister James Purnell. They want the government to improve a compensation package which was announced in the budget last week. Harry Winnie reports.
Pensioners from the collapsed British United Shoe Machinery Company were at Westminster today. They met the Pension Reform Minister as part of their campaign for the government to compensate them for their lost pensions.
It doesn't really matter where the money comes from at all. It's up to MPs to sort that out, and that's what the Ombudsman also said. There's a huge amount of goodwill towards us to try and get this resolved. At the end of the day, we're not talking about an enormous amount of money. We're really not.
They were supported by a local MP.
What we heard today was there's a good opportunity for us still to keep campaigning to make sure that we can get a really good deal for these people who've lost out.
The pensioners say they'll continue to campaign to help former BUSM workers and others. Harry Winnie, Eastman's Today.
Okay, as you can see, we've gone a long way, but there is still a little bit more fine detail to sort out. There are lots more details on my website at www.andyreidmp.org.uk in the local issues section, and specifically there's a whole page and links about the BUSM pension scheme. So please visit the website for further details and watch out for further updates, as hopefully we get more and more news on how the government's going to sort out this particular problem and how the compensation package will work for individuals across the county.